The government gave me over $100,000 for free. Do I have your guys' attention now? I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool, so I figured I'd share with you guys how I did it. But hey, if you're not into free money, don't worry about watching this video. If you do want to get free money, then watch the rest of this video. All right, so the question you guys are asking yourself is, where did you get this free money? What exactly is it? It is called the PPP loan. So I'm gonna go over what exactly that loan is, who qualifies, why it's free, and how do you get it. All right, so let's start off with what is the PPP. I'm gonna hop onto the government's website right now and show you directly from the source how they explain the program. All right, so we're here on the government's website. It's just SBA.gov. You can check this out. Now, here it is. You have the Paycheck Protection Program, an SBA loan that helps businesses keep their workforce employed during the coronavirus COVID-19 crisis. Now, I'm filming this right now on, what is today? April 29th. They just resumed doing this on April 27th. So one thing to note here, guys, this program isn't going to last forever. So after you watch this video and hit the like button, I want you to make sure you go and take action immediately because the funds will run out. So as we read through here, the Payment Protection Program is a loan designed to provide a direct incentive for small businesses to keep their workers on payroll. The SBA will forgive, that's the big word, loans if all employees are kept on payroll for 8 weeks and the money is used for payroll, rent, mortgage interest, or utilities. So essentially, this program is for businesses to keep their employees on payroll because a lot of businesses right now with the coronavirus are looking to cut costs, you know? They don't have the revenue going, they are worried about surviving, and so your first instinct as a business owner would have probably been to reduce overhead. But now, with this loan, it incentivizes you to keep your employees because they're basically going to pay your employee salaries for you. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how you calculate how much you're eligible for. Now, there's a lot of different businesses out there, so, you know, whether you're self-employed, whether you have a small business with 10 people or 20 people, it's all going to follow the same structure. But for this slide that I'm using, it is for the self-employed person with no employees. Disregard that because you're gonna still calculate yours the same. Here are the essential 4 steps right here. So find your 2019 IRS 41040 Schedule C, line 31, net profit amount. If you have not filled out a 2019 form, fill it out and compute the value. If this amount is over 100,000, reduce it to 100,000. If the amount is 0 or less, you are not eligible for a PPP loan. Okay, so just looking at step 1, the max an employee can get paid as part of this program is 100,000 per year. That is the max. So if you make $200,000, the most that you'll actually get credit for and forgiveness for is up to $100,000 over a full year. And then this last part, if the amount is 0, you are not eligible for a PPP loan. It makes sense. This is for people who are making money. Okay. Step 2 says calculate the average monthly net profit amount. Divide the amount from step 1 by 12. So if you make $100,000, divide it by 12, you now have $8,333.33. That is the most you can get credit for a month on one employee. Let's go to step 3. Multiply the average monthly net profit amount from step 2 by 2.5. We would take this amount, $8,333.33, and we would times it by 2.5. That gives us $20,833.33. So what exactly does this mean? Someone who gets paid $100,000 or more is going to get a loan from the government, completely forgivable, for $20,833. That is what this is saying. Okay. And then step 4 is to add the outstanding amount of any economic injury disaster loan, the EIDL. That's a different type of loan. We're not going into that in this video, but I will make another video about that, so make sure you subscribe so that you can get notified when that happens. Made between January 31st, 2020 and April 3rd, 2020, that you seek to refinance less the amount of any advance under an EIDL COVID-19 loan because it does not have to get repaid. Let me simplify this. The EIDL is a totally different type of loan. For all intents and purposes, let's assume you don't have the EIDL, so this is going to be irrelevant to what we're talking about. So to sum all of that up, essentially, you just take 2.5 times your payroll. Whether you're just a one-man show, whether you have 10 employees, 20 employees, take 2.5 times your monthly payroll and you will get your number of what you're gonna qualify for. For us, all we did was we sent in our payroll from ADP. We just divided it by 12, times it by 2.5, and that's the amount that they gave us. Okay, so that's how you calculate the loan amount that the government is going to forgive you. They're essentially going to give you 2.5 times whatever your monthly payroll is. So if your monthly payroll is $100,000, they will give you $250,000 that is completely forgivable. So that's how the loan works. Now, how do you actually qualify for the loan? Let's go over that. Any small business
concern that meets SBA size standards, either the industry-based size standard or the alternative size standard. Any business, 501c3, nonprofit organization, 501c19, veterans organization, or tribal business concern, Section 31B2C of the Small Business Act with greater.
Honestly, I don't know what a lot of that stuff means.
Phew.
Long story short, if you have a small business or you're an entrepreneur, you probably are going to qualify for this. Okay, let's get into the rest of it.
Any business with an NAICS code that begins with 72, accommodations and food services that has more than one physical location and employs less than 500 per location.
Sole proprietors, independent contractors, and self-employed persons. The last part is what makes the majority of people qualify. Read it again. Sole proprietors, independent contractors, and self-employed persons. I own a real estate brokerage. Most likely, realtors qualify for this. It's just a matter of if they can get their paperwork done in time and get these banks what they need. So if you're watching this and you're a real estate professional, whether you're an investor or a realtor, you qualify for PPP. Okay, so we understand what the loan is, how much you'll end up getting, who qualifies. Now, how do you get it to be forgiven? Because they don't just hand you the check and then, you're good to go. You gotta do what they tell you to do so it can be forgiven. All right, so all we gotta do is go back to the SBA's website and they spell it out right there. The loan will be fully forgiven if the funds are used for payroll costs, interest on mortgages, rent, and utilities. Due to likely high subscription, at least 75% of the forgiven amount must have been used for payroll. Loan payments will also be deferred for 6 months. No collateral or personal guarantees are required. Neither the government nor lenders will charge small businesses any fees. So this is just pure cash, baby. Forgiveness is based on the employer maintaining or quickly rehiring employees and maintaining salary levels. Forgiveness will be reduced if full-time headcount declines or if salaries and wages decrease. This loan amount has a maturity of 2 years and an interest rate of 1%. What does that mean? Essentially, you have to use 75% towards your employee's payroll. The other 25% can be used towards mortgage interest, rent, and utilities. That's it. You can't use it for marketing. You can't use it for gas. You can't use it for toilet paper. Aww. So the last part of forgiveness that I didn't even see on there, but I know it's true, is that you have 8 weeks to spend the money. So from the moment that you get the money in your bank account, you have 8 weeks to use it all towards all the different things that can be forgiven. All right, so now you guys know what the PPP loan actually is. I can't tell you how many times I've said PP during this video. But anyways, you know what exactly the loan is, you know who qualifies, you know how it's forgiven. Now, how do you actually get it? This loan is different than that EIDL loan that we talked about earlier. That loan, you just get it directly through the government's website. But the PPP loan is gonna be done through a bank. You can go to any of the banks. You could go to Wells Fargo, Bank of America, you can go to Chase, but I wouldn't. All of our checking accounts are at Wells Fargo, but I just knew that they were gonna be overwhelmed with these applications, so I just didn't even go for them. And I ended up using a smaller local bank. We use Nevada State Bank here in Las Vegas where I'm at. And the cool thing with Nevada State Bank is I didn't even have a checking account with them. I had an unsecured line of credit, which I had gotten over a year ago, but I never opened up a checking account with them, and they were still cool enough to take care of me and get the loan done. And that's my big advice when it comes to banking, is that you're going to get a better service when you use a smaller local bank or a credit union versus the big banks. The big banks are what they are. They're not gonna be as personal as a smaller bank. And I'll tell you, everyone I know that applied at Wells Fargo or a lot of these big banks, they did not get their loans pushed through on the first phase that we talked about. I got mine approved on the first phase because I got all my paperwork in really quick. We buttoned it up really nice, gave them all of our payroll figures, and it was super easy for them to process the loan. On the other hand, all my buddies who have businesses and used Wells Fargo's or Chase or these other companies, they didn't get them approved. And if they did, it was on the second phase. So if you're watching this video now and you don't have it, I don't know what phase we're on. You know, the second phase may be it. There may be a third phase. There may be a fourth phase. I don't know. But for me, I would go use a small bank even if you don't have an account there. Now, I have heard there are small banks who will not process the PPP loan if you don't already have an account with them. So make sure that whoever you do talk to, they will allow you to do it. All you really need to do is go on their website and there's online forms that you can fill out. My advice would be to call them and have a personal relationship so that you can make sure you have a person you're working with. You can fill in the online application, but you just don't know where that's going. So I would call a small local bank very first and foremost and try and build a relationship with someone. If you already have a representative you work with at the bank, make sure you're just basically holding their hand so that your loan gets pushed through. They had a couple of forms that I had to fill out. After I filled out the forms, you know, it was just kind of off waiting. And after about 7 days, I randomly texted my banker and I said, hey, what's the progress of the loan? And she said, let me go check it out and look. She's like, yeah, look, you already got the money in the bank account. I was like, wow. Really? Like, there's no heads up email, nothing? Like, you guys just put over $100,000 in my new account? I don't know if I'll ever see something like that happen again. So I'll show you guys a picture of the bank account real quick. And it's kind of odd because they have my 2 checking accounts that we just opened. And then they only have one of the PPP loans at the bottom. They have it for redeemed homes, but they have not processed Home Run Offers PPP loan on there yet. And a lot of that is just because they're so overwhelmed that everything is just lagging. I'm sure that'll show up here soon. But as you can see from the screenshot, we got those funds in full. Today, we actually had ADP take some of the payroll out for this week. We're using some of those funds now, and we've got 8 weeks to use them all. So that's pretty much how it works. The money just shows up in your account once it's ready. So if you've made it to the end of this video and you're still like,
Ryan, I don't really know if I qualify. I don't know how much I should be getting. My books are a mess.
I've actually got the answer for you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm known mainly for flipping houses and real estate, but I actually own a CPA company as well. It's called True Books. You can go find us at truebookcpa.com. I'll put the link down below so that you can go click it. If you do need help filling out those forms and getting all your paperwork together, my partner Matt, who's a licensed CPA, can definitely help you out. Make sure you click the link below and submit your information, and Matt will call you back and get you started. The 2 other final thoughts I'll leave you with is this. Number 1, if you got value out of this, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be doing more videos on all the different programs that are coming out that we're taking advantage of and other real estate related, finance related videos. So I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. The second thought is that you better take action today. If you think you qualify, make sure you take action now, because there is no guarantee that this money will still be there. There's not many times in the world where the government is just giving out free money so loosely like this. Take advantage, submit your information. Do not hesitate. Do not hesitate to even reach out to me. I'm happy to point you in the right direction. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Take care.